Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be building my very first cryptocurrency mining rig for Ethereum. I'm sure that you've heard of a lot of cryptocurrencies before, so the biggest one right now is Bitcoin. That has exploded recently in the past couple years, especially right now. And the second most popular cryptocurrency is Ethereum, which I'm going to be mining for today. So essentially cryptocurrency is a virtual currency that can be used directly to exchange for goods and stuff like that. And you can buy stuff with it, or you can just cash it out like real currency. I've even heard of some computer companies that like only take Bitcoin, or you can just exchange your virtual currency, you know, to buy something like a car, like, oh, 1 Bitcoin please, and you can just get a car for that. The reason why I'm building an Ethereum mining rig and not a Bitcoin mining rig is that this setup really just doesn't have the right computer power to kind of profitably mine for Bitcoin. If you want to mine for Bitcoin, you're going to need huge setups that probably are going to cost you like tens of thousands of dollars. Something I just don't have. Once this is all set up and going, I hope to make on average about $250 a month. And this whole setup is probably going to cost me around $2,500. So essentially what this mining rig does is a miner contributes their computer power to a network to help verify transactions and calculate things for a particular blockchain currency that you're mining for. So in my case, I am mining for the currency Ethereum. So just a disclaimer, guys. This is the first computer I've ever built. I mean, I have never even installed like Windows before, but buttload of research on my part because I'm not like super computer savvy. I am super fortunate to have a friend that actually has a couple mining rigs, coaxed him out of his dungeon for a little bit and asked him to help me. So he did like kind of all the manual stuff, like doing my wood chopping for me. So let me show you how I put all this stuff together to make my very own cryptocurrency mining rig. Let's get mining. Can't believe I just did that. First thing we're gonna do is build our mining stand. I got my friend who actually owns tools to make this for me because the only tools in my house are scissors, and why would I build this myself anyways? And I'll leave a link to the video I used to make this in the description down below. Next, we're gonna install our MSI Z270 SLI Plus motherboard onto our rig. Before screwing it down, we're gonna add some rubber grommets to kind of have a buffer zone between the wood and the motherboard. Let's get ramming. For our RAM, I'm using Crucial 4GB DDR4 RAM, and I'm only using 4GB because I feel I don't really need anything more than that. And we'll pop that right into our motherboard. The cheapest processing unit I could find was the Celeron G3900 that fit this particular motherboard. And next we're gonna put that processing unit into our motherboard. Pop! Here, I'll do sound effects. And then we will take our processor fan and we will just click it into the motherboard and finally plug it into the motherboard. And next we will add a little switch here so we can turn our motherboard on and off. Next up is our EVGA 1300 watt power supply to turn this puppy on. And I'm just gonna place it onto the rig, and I didn't really like attach it yet, but later on I can attach it. Gonna grab the CPU cable and plug it into CPU 1 and take our fat motherboard cable and plug that sucker into the power source. And we'll take the other end of the CPU1 cable and plug it into the CPU/power outlet on the motherboard. And lastly, take that other cable and plug it into the motherboard up here. Next, let's plug in our mouse, monitor, and keyboard, and also make way for our Linksys Wi-Fi USB stick, which we will plug in right here, and then we will turn our power supply on. Next, I need to go into the BIOS/motherboard settings, update it, change a few settings around, and I'm not going to show this because it's super boring, and if you wanted an in-depth tutorial on this, there are tons of YouTube videos out there showing you how to do this. So the hard drive I was waiting for didn't show up, and I'm super impatient, so I grabbed a Dell Optiplex that I had extra, so I decided to use this instead. And it did already come with Windows 10. Plugged that sucker into my power supply in SATA 1, then hooked it up to my SATA 1 slot in my motherboard. Are we working? Yes. Hi. For my video cards, I am using the MSI Radeon RX 570s. Next, I'll use my riser pack to act as an extension to the motherboard, connecting my video card to the motherboard. And then I can place it on my stand here and screw it in. After mounting that sucker, we're gonna give power from our power supply to our video card, and then we're gonna give power to our riser. And then you're gonna wanna look at the cute muffin. Next, we'll connect our video card to our motherboard, and lastly, we will connect our monitor to the video card. So let's turn this puppy on and see how she's working. And after a little more setup stuff, we are ready to go. Hey guys, so I'm all done right now. I added 3 more video cards, if you can see right here. So I have a total of 4 altogether, and I was actually supposed to have a total of 6, but 2 video cards didn't show up yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave everything up here. I'm gonna add the 2 video cards when I get them, and then later I'm gonna take them downstairs into like my garage because these things kind of give off a lot of heat and they are quite noisy and stuff. So I'll put it like on a storage rack downstairs. And just for like safety, I'll put like a little kind of smoke detector up there just in case like something kind of, you know, gets overheated or something like that. But there are a lot of safety mechanisms and like switches that automatically turn these systems off when they overheat. I've done all like my tweaking and stuff on my programs and my settings already kind of off camera. There are tons and tons of YouTube videos out there. I didn't want this to be like a super comprehensive tutorial on how to like set everything up because this like took a long time. So I downloaded the Claymore dual miner and I joined Nanopool in order to mine for Ethereum. In the Claymore settings here, I actually entered my Ethereum wallet address from my Ledger wallet, and now I'm ready to start mining. I asked my friend if 73 to 74 mega hashes was a good speed for the 4 RX 570 cards, and he said, no, not really, check your memory type. So I did, and I see here that it was Hynix. So I asked him, I'm like, oh, I got Hynix. And he said, yeah, those are pretty shitty and you're definitely gonna lose some speed. So he said that maybe later on, he'll try to kind of tweak some settings around for me and try to kind of help a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me set up my very first cryptocurrency mining rig. It really wasn't easy. And at times I was like, oh, but I definitely learned a ton. And if you enjoyed this video and there's any fellow miners out there that wanna shoot me a tip, I'll leave my wallet address in the description down below. So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I come with new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, unless if I get invited for Chinese food. So thank you guys so much for watching and stay legendary.